Hi, everybody. Dan Illman, Matt Bernier, race number 4 at Gulfstream Park on Sunshine Millions Day is the Sunshine Millions Sprint, featuring a very popular and fast horse in XY Jet. We'll get to the analysis in a second. I want to remind everybody that they got a chance to win, courtesy of DRF, and it's a big prize. You win a trip to the Queen's Plate this June, courtesy of DRF and Woodbine. Cast your vote for Horse of the Year in DRF's Eclipse Award Fan Vote Sweepstakes, presented by Woodbine. Vote and be entered to win a trip to the Queen's Plate this June. DRF.com/Eclipse is where you need to go for all of the details. And now we'll take a look at the field for the Sunshine Millions Sprint, featuring the brilliant but brittle XY Jet. Well, he's overcome 3 knee surgeries, so I'm not putting anything past XY Jet. He hasn't run in 7 months. He's 3 to 5 on the morning line and might be shorter than that. And he's probably just the lone speed, probably just going to win.
This is one of those races that, to be honest, it's a darned if you do, darned if you don't. Because if you're strictly looking at it from an air quotes pick standpoint, I mean, he's the most likely winner of the race. He's probably going to streak off to the front. And unless somebody is really intent on pushing him, he's probably just going to be ready to go. He's won off of incredibly long layoffs in the past. But from a gambling standpoint, there was almost no interest for me whatsoever in taking a horse like this, because he's going to be 1 to 5 or 2 to 5. I have no idea if he can still run. Like you say, he's had 3 different knee surgeries. He's really nice when he's out there, but boy, I have no idea what you're going to get. I assume you're going to get the good version.
Yeah, I think you have to assume that, because basically the story of XY Jet's career is you run him 1, 2, 3, 4 times. He runs very well. He gets hurt. He goes away for a long time. He comes back, no rust, or Navarro has him ready to go. Although this race will be used as a prep. This race off a long layoff. Get a little bit late furlongs before popping the sector. As you said, Matt, he might simply have all the best of it on the lead. He is a deserving favorite. He's way the horse to beat. The 2 is Spring Meyer. Spring Meyer is a horse coming off the claim for Mr. Paolucci. This horse is coming back on fairly short notice. These connections take a shot. I think they can make some money with this horse down the road in optional claiming races. Chasing XY Jet on a slow pace, though, might not be a recipe for success for anybody in this field.
No, this one's in kind of tough right here. His best race, I suppose, gives him a puncher's chance at a piece. But based on what he's done recently, and you note that there was a big gap between September of 17 and December of 18, I just think he's up against it.
Reason to Soar, amazingly enough, the last time Reason to Soar raced was the last time XY Jet raced. It was in that Smile Sprint. XY Jet just broke great that day, and he was able to clear off to an easy lead down towards the inside. Reason to Soar was following him. Reason to Soar just took like kind of a weird step turning into the stretch, and he kind of ducked all the way out, but he tried hard to finish second that day, and it left me wanting more. I wanted to see what we were going to get from Reason to Soar. We haven't seen anything. He's now coming off a 6-month layoff, might be up against it from a pace standpoint. I think these connections are hoping that Ray's Warrior can at least keep XY Jet busy for a little bit. He has some talent.
Yeah, I was going to say he's a nice horse. I just think, boy, you look and see that most recent run was so long ago. It was against XY Jet. XY Jet was able to get the jump on him, as he will again in this spot. I just think he's going to need someone else to go and be able to run with XY Jet, or have XY Jet miss the break and have the entire complexion of the race turned on its head.
Throw the last race out for the 4 field trip. He can't stand up on turf. His race 2 starts back was a pretty good effort. He showed big speed and optional claimer, no match for his sharp horse that came back to run second with an 81 buyer. But that race was on the lead. He's not making the lead in here with XY Jet. He's going to have to come from off of it, and he's taking a big step up in class. I think he needs weaker.
Yeah, the interesting thing is this horse has 2 races on his page that sort of stand out like sore thumbs, a 90 and a 94 buyer. Otherwise, he's never buyered anything better than 81 in his career. To me, this is a horse that he's not fast enough.
Quixote's a nice horse. I've always been a big fan of his. He's a multiple stakes winner. They tried a synthetic surface last time out for him. I really don't think that's what he wants to do. And 2 starts back in the slop, it looked like he showed a little bit of life, popping a 90 buyer speed figure. But he did that in pace pressing mode. I'm not sure this is the same Quixote that can make up 5, 6 lengths.
Now, I was going to say, it feels like Quixote's best effort is probably not quite good enough to get there. Even when he was at his best probably a year or 2 ago, I still didn't think it was going to be quite good enough. I liked him in a few spots, took some chances. He just couldn't quite cut the mustard. I think he's a notch below.
I think the key to this race is to whether Ray's Warrior can rate. In all of his wins, whether it be turf on dirt, he has been out there on the lead, as he was in his most recent start when he surprisingly popped a 100 buyer speed figure. It was against weak $30,000 beaten claimers. He was very impressive that day. I like the way he drew away and hid from that field, but he did make the lead. He's not making the lead here. If XY Jet maybe feels the effect of old age and nagging injuries, perhaps Ray's Warrior gets the jump on him. Maybe he wears him down in the lane. Jason Service does a remarkable job turning these horses around.
I got to be honest with you. I don't know how this race is going to go because Ray's Warrior, I mean, you laid it out. All 6 of his wins have been in gate-to-wire fashion. He's gone out 18 times, so I don't really all of a sudden believe he's going to show a new dimension here. And, okay, he's drawn to the outside of XY Jet. I think you got to go. This horse in his last race, according to Formulator, his last half mile was 43.86. I mean, we're talking about land speed records out there. I think there's a real chance that this thing could end up being an absolute knockdown, drag-out battle between those two on the front, and then maybe it does set up for somebody else sitting just off.
Matt, if there is a knockdown, drag-out pace, don't sleep on Sweet on the Ladies, the number 7. Maybe he doesn't win as often as you might like, but take a look at some of his big races. Third in the Grade 1 Vanderbilt at 35-1. Third in the Smile Sprint at 91-1. Second in the Gulfstream Sprint, 95-1. He consistently outruns his odds, and he's getting a big rider upgrade to John Velasquez in this race. Last time out, he was just overmatched by Colt Front. He had way too much ground to make up. The time before that, synthetic track. He's got excuses. He was a good third in the DeFrancis Dash 3 starts back, but he needs that pace.
He outruns his odds. You're right. This is the kind of horse that I would not be throwing him out as far as exotics are concerned. The difficult thing for me is the last win came in June of 2017. We're going on a hot minute since his last time that he got his picture taken. I kind of look at it and say, even if this pace does completely melt down, I would rather have a horse with a little bit more tactical speed. Having said that, I think you absolutely have to be using this horse underneath in any kind of exotic.
Take a look at our top picks for the Sunshine Million Sprint. I don't like the possibility of putting too much money in against XY Jet, but one of these days, again, old age is going to catch up to him. Maybe Ray's Warrior, who just looked rejuvenated, switching back to the dirt, can sit second and attack XY Jet. It's a tall order to be sure. I need the source to drift up in price-wise, but with XY Jet being odds-on, he should at least be playable. I'm going 6-1-3. You're not overthinking this thing like I did. It's XY Jet, gate to wire.
But to be honest, I went 1-6-3, but it's not a race I have any interest in betting. It's going to be more to see, is XY Jet still there? Does he still have anything left in the tank? And if so, when's the next time we're going to see him after this? Because like you said, it's been 1 start, 2 starts, 3 starts, and he's gone for 8, 9, 10 months. We'll find out what we get. I don't have any interest in betting him or betting against him. I'll sit back and watch.
Folks at home have an opportunity to win a trip to the Queen's Plate this June on DRF. It's very easy. Visit drf.com/Eclipse. Cast your vote for Horse of the Year in our Eclipse Award Fan Vote Sweepstakes presented by Woodbine. We'll see if XY Jet can become a 3-time winner of the Sunshine Million Sprint. Race number 4 at Gulfstream on Saturday is an approximate post of 1:15 Eastern. Best of luck.